Hey YouTube, got another video review for you today. This one is from a company by the name of Fanimation. This is their Stellar Custom fan, and the reason they call this one the Custom is because you can get it in two different colors and you can customize whatever length blades that you would like. Whenever you order it, it gives you different choices for the blade length, and it comes in a 56, a 64, and a 72, and it comes in a black or silver finish. So you just determine what size blades that you would like for the fan, and they'll send you a separate box with the blades in it. And for myself, I chose this one here. This one is the 64. So I went ahead and pulled the blades out of the box to shorten the video, because they've individually wrapped these blades, and I'll just go ahead and tell you there was no chance of them getting scratched up whatsoever, just because they were wrapped so good. And anyways, this is a 8-blade fan, so I really like that modern look. And one other touch that I wanted to show you is right here on the ends. They have this silver tip on them, and so I thought that was a pretty cool touch. And you can see right here on the picture on the box, you know, it just gives a little bit of an accent feature to pick up some of that silvery brushed nickel look. So I thought it would go really good in my living room. Again, this is the model number MAD7997, and it is the Stellar Custom. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and run you in here and show you my living room and show you what kind of fan that I have up in there now and why I'm switching it. All right, guys, you can see that I've got the old, just a standard basic fan in my living room, and I wanted something that's a little bit more modern design. I just got through upgrading my wall lighting and the sconce lights here, and I just thought, hey, it would look really cool if I could upgrade the ceiling fan, and I can't wait to get this thing installed. So hang out with me, and I'm going to run you through and show you how I installed mine. All right, guys, before I go any further, I wanted to point out this fan here is good to use on a patio. If it's a porch or whatever, anywhere there's going to be moisture, it'll be fine, because it's wet rated and or damp rated, wet, damp, and dry areas. And anyways, comes with an 18-watt LED bulbs. So you know, it's basically just an LED panel that has multiple bulbs, and so if one burns out, then you know, you don't have to change it. You've got other bulbs in there, and so it just comes with a little panel, just like the fan that I installed in my bedroom, and I'm going to take you in there and show you that here in a second. And if you're not interested in using the LED light, there's a little block off panel that fits over the LED portion right here. It's just a smooth over black panel, so you don't have to deal with the lights or whatever if you don't want to. Has a variable fan speed. It has the remote control, and this particular one has the fan sync, where you can control the fan with your smartphone through Bluetooth. And right here, it also, on the remote, you can change the direction of the rotation of the blades. So I thought that was really cool, and it's an energy saving fan. This thing uses very, very little energy. It's 36 watts just for the fan motor, and then another 18 for the LED light. It puts out 12,074 cubic feet of air per minute. And so this thing really does crank out a lot of air. I know the one that I have in the bedroom, that's a Fanimation fan. It has 31 speeds, and when you jack that thing up, it really puts the air out there. So I've been very pleased with that part. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I got my ladder set up here in the living room, and I'm just gonna take you in here and show you. Just make sure before you get started, you turn off the breakers to where you're working at, and make sure you double check so there's no power on. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing down and go ahead and get the new one put up. All right, guys, this is a real simple install. What you want to do is, once you take the old fan down, you want to install the new Fanimation ceiling bracket, and you just pretty much mount it like the old fan bracket come down on the other one. You just reinstall this one in pretty much the same place, and just make sure that it's secured to the ceiling well and you're using the appropriate box, so you don't have any problems. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get the fan up there and start it, getting it wired up. All right, guys, I'm back. I've got the motor out of the package, and I went ahead and installed the little downrod here, and it's really simple. All you do is just pull this little pin out right here, and unscrew these and loosen these little screws here on each side of this rod, and then the rod just slides right down on there, and you just run the cables up through the rod. And then what you want to do now is just put on your decorative little canopies and everything, so it hides all the little hardware and all the stuff that you don't want to see. And then you'll go and put the other canopy on for towards the ceiling, so you don't see any of the bracket up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all that, and then I'm gonna come back to you. All right, guys, I got the rod on there, and I got the ball here on the top, and then I went ahead and put the canopies on, and then there's a little screw cover right there, and then there's a bottom canopy. So all that is on, and then I fished all the wires up through the downrod, and it said once you get the downrod that you're going to use put on, that you just cut the wires anywhere from 6 to 9 inches above the downrod. So it gives you plenty of room to work in there, because you've got long enough wires, and then you know, it just makes it a lot easier. So I'm gonna come back here in just a second, show you how to get this all fixed up. All right, here's a little tip. These wires, once you go ahead and pull them out the rod, and you get them cut to the desired length that it says, I think the 6 to 9 inches. What you want to do then is, this will save you a little bit of a headache. Before you climb the ladder and put the unit, before you hang the unit, go ahead and save your feet and your back, and go ahead and strip the wires down with the fan down on the ground. So you're not trying to use these wire strippers and stripping the wires up on the ladder. It's just a whole lot safer to do it down on the ground, and it'll save you a lot of time, because there's quite a few wires here. And you know, once you do that, then you can take and hang this up on the bracket, and it should be smooth sailing. All right, before I hang the fan, I wanted to also make mention that this fan has that fan sync controller, the blue controller right there. I've got it slid out of the bracket, so I can go ahead and hang the fan on this side. And so just make sure you don't go ahead and hook everything up till you put your fan up there, or it might be a little tight for you to get that controller in there. So that's another tip that might save you. So before you hook everything up, just go ahead and leave that controller pushed out a little bit, and because you're going to need that controller. That's going to control that fan sync, so it'll work with your Bluetooth on your phone or whatever. So all right guys, I went ahead and installed the blades. You guys didn't need me to tell you how to install the blades, but anyways, I got all 8 of them installed, and I'll go ahead and tell you, this fan here is built like a tank. I've never ever seen a fan with aluminum blades, and it's got these aluminum brackets right in here. And there's 4 screws that screw up into there to hold the blade. Plus, there's also a little guide screw to help you hold the blade in place. So basically, there's pretty much 5 fasteners holding that blade in. So I've never seen anything built so heavy duty in my life. I mean, seriously, this thing could be a propeller for an aircraft. I'm not even joking. It's put on there. It's very, very solid. And I've got a flashlight here, so that's why the lighting looks funny. But you can get an idea of how big the fan is and what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and install the light kit, and then I'll come back. All right, guys, I got the light kit put in, and so all that's left to do now is just to install the globe and set up the remote control. All right, I got the globe put on, and wow, this thing really looks great. I love the way that it's just so sleek looking, and I just love the little touch of silver there on the ends. I just think it's gonna really make the living room look a lot more modern, and so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pretty excited about getting this remote hooked up and kicking back and enjoying this thing. So just hang out with me for a few more minutes, and I'll run you through the rest of this installation. All right, guys, I'm back. What you want to do is whenever you get the fan completely installed, you want to turn the power on, and within like 30 seconds of turning the power on, there's a little button here on the back, and you just hold that on till it starts beeping, and it pretty much just programs itself. Just go through the directions. I'm just skimming through it, just kind of show you, you know, a quick way to install it. I'm skipping over a lot of different steps, but you know, it's written really easy to understand in the manual. And like I said, as soon as you turn that power on, you hit the program button. The remote is pretty much ready to go. And as you can see, this button here in the middle is turns the light on. And so, you know, it works great. You can adjust the brightness of the bulb by hitting the button, and it dims down to like 20%, and it goes all the way up to 100%. And it tells you on the little green display on the remote. I'll do it again so you can see. You can slowly see that green light disappear, you know, down to about 20% of its light. And so anyways, as far as the fan goes, you turn it on, and then it takes it just a second, and it starts out slow, and then you can adjust it all the way up the same way that you adjusted the light out. And so it'll take a second because there's a lot of different speeds. I think there's like 31 different speeds or whatever, and you can definitely tell this thing, it moves. It puts out a heck of a lot of air. I've never seen a ceiling fan that put out this much air before, and you know, it should. It has these huge blades, so you can see for yourself. It's not wobbly. It's not making any noise. It's super efficient. I couldn't think of a better built fan, and I've installed a bunch through the years. So Fanimation really knocked this one out of the park. One thing that I do like about it is it matches my other lights in the house. The lights that I just installed, the sconce lighting here, I believe they're 3000K, and I believe these can lights are 3000K as well, and I believe that's what the Fanimation fan is. It's like a warm white. So, you know, I was really happy that it matched the rest of my other lighting. So anyways, you can check out some of the other videos that shows you how to link your Bluetooth device to control your fan with your cell phone. And so I'm not going to get into all that. I just wanted to show you this particular fan and give you an idea of what's involved and how to install it. And you know, there's more features here on the remote. I kind of run through them right quick. There's a 1 hour timer, a 3 hour timer, and a 6 hour timer to turn it off. And then there's a little house right here on this button, and that's basically if you're going on vacation or something, it'll turn the lights on and off at random while you're gone till that button's hit again. And then this button right here in the middle, if you hit that button, the fan will just randomly go up and down to kind of simulate a breeze outside. You know, when the wind's blowing, you know, sometimes you might get a harder gust of wind, and then it slows down, and that's what that fan does. So I thought that was really cool. And then this button right here, it's got a little man on it. You mash that button, and it gives you 1 minute to be able to walk out of the room, and then it turns off the light and the fan or whatever. And then here at the bottom is probably the most useful. You can see one's got a snowflake and the other one's got the sun. And what that is you mash one or the other, and it pretty much turns the fan in the right direction, whether it needs to be clockwise or counterclockwise. And so that's just another feature, because I know every year when it's winter time and then it turns summertime, I'm always having to Google, hey, which way does my fan need to turn, clockwise or counterclockwise? So that just takes all the guesswork out of it for you. And so anyways, couldn't be happier with the fan. And I'm definitely going to get some more from Fanimation. I told you in the beginning of the video I would show my other fan that I installed in my bedroom from Fanimation. I'll run in here and just let you take a sneak peek at it. All right, guys, this is in my bedroom. This is the Fanimation Blitz fan, and it's very similar to the fan in the living room. It comes in different sizes and finishes, and it's just a really sleek looking fan. And I'll go ahead and tell you, I've been really happy with it. I've had it for several weeks now, and just to have that remote, it comes in really, really handy. So you don't have to get up, and you know, you can change, you know, the speed, you can change the lighting. It's just really, really handy, especially in a bedroom. It just makes life easier. And I know some people are saying, you don't need a remote. And you know, if you like getting up and pulling the chain in the middle of the night, then hey, so be it. Once I get comfortable, I don't want to have to get up, and you know, so I've really enjoyed this fan, and this is a very energy efficient fan, just like the one in the living room. So that's one thing I like. It really shows on your electric bill. If you change all your fans and all your lights over to LED, it's really going to make a big difference. And plus, it gives you that modern look. I changed the sconce lights that were in here, and so I think everything turned out great. So I will link this video to this video here on this Blitz fan that I did a few weeks ago, month ago, somewhere in there. And that way you can check it out as well. And please like and subscribe. I've got a couple more Fanimation fans that I'm going to do in my other bedrooms. So stay tuned and make sure you subscribe, and please like and comment. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one.